Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, EQA Nostalgia here, and as you can see, I made some changes to the graphics. Many of you are probably already aware that with the vanilla client 1.12.1, you can use the Turtle WoW HD upgrade. And I like this. I know a lot of people don't like it because they like that classic look, but I just like how much more expressive characters are, and yeah, I like that stuff. I totally understand people who want to go for that vanilla look though, because, well, in my main MMO EQOA, I miss the pre-Frontiers, the vanilla look of our game as well. Right now there isn't really any way to achieve that, so. Now you notice I'm casting over and over again. Now, that's one of many things about this server that are very different about your standard server. I got a quest over there, I just realized. I need to hand that in, but she's level 20. Yeah, and I left you guys at level 11, so that goes to show you how carried away I got before I picked up the episode again, and that's probably going to be a theme for this series. Really, I'm interested in getting into the dungeons and seeing how those play, and then making each dungeon like this big event that I do in each video. But the last video was only able to render up to 720p. Hopefully I don't have that issue again. My video editor has been giving me trouble. It kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? I'm having fun, man. See all that fishing that popped up just now? I got a bunch of different add-ons rolling here, as you do over time as you play the game. Everybody knows how that works, but one of the things I wanted to say about this server is you're always learning different stuff. They've added a ton of stuff to the server that's not like a regular one. So if you've played, even if you're a veteran to World of Warcraft, I recommend you mess with this. It's fun. It's good for learning a lot of different things you might not want to learn while in a group. You know, there's the raids, the way they work, you have to have, I think it's 9 men, and you bring in 4 of the companions with you. So, I don't know. That might be good for testing purposes for the raiders, but I know one thing. If you're new to this game, I recommend you start here. It might spoil you with some stuff, because there's, like I said, there's a lot of changes here. But this is a great place to learn without being slammed for being a noob, and that's going to happen to you a lot in World of Warcraft. You're going to get slammed left, right, and center. That's how you get good anyway. You know, you want to avoid all the ridicule from your fellow players, but sometimes you just want to go in and you just want to test stuff out and learn as you go. That's something that I would do with a lot of online games. I would play the single player for a while, and I would just get good, as it were, before I hopped into a match and just had my team have to carry me. Now, you can go against bots in the BGs. I did that the other day. It was alright. You're definitely going to want to be able to have a character that can get the flag and get out of there. So once she gets blinked, that'll be a lot easier for her. I do have Frost Nova here, so that's going to help a lot with rooting the bots in place so I can get away. Another one of the things that's interesting about this server is you can take on every single profession. It doesn't matter what you pick up. It kind of functions like a single-player environment in that regard, so you'll be able to pick up everything and skill up everything. Another thing that's interesting, let's see if I can type this right, straight out of the gate here. Whoops, gonna fly off the bridge. Okay, so you got legacy stuff. So when you type .legacy, it shows all the things you've done, exploration, starting level 3. So if I make a new character right now, I'm going to start at level 3, and the more I do things on this character, the more it benefits my alts. So they just made it less of a pain in the butt for you to do things repeatedly on alts. What's up, Carrick? A little bit of lag right there. A little bit of lag for Carrick. Oh yeah, I am super close to falling off of there. But there's a lot of stuff. Like, you can tell warlocks not to cast fear by typing certain things. So the learning curve on everything that you can do, the custom items, like there's drinks that you can get in the game. I think there's potions that are eternal. So once you craft that potion, that's it. But it's really hard to get the recipes, it seems. But that's it. You don't have to keep crafting a million of those potions. You just craft it once and you're done with it. So you can tell they're trying to foster an alt-positive environment. And for those of you who are not... you're not liking the fact that people don't seem to group. Well, you do get a boost on this game, 25% to your XP value per real person in the group. So even if you duo, you're getting a decent boost. And that's cool for couples and, you know, buddies. Maybe you just got a friend you want to level with and test out bots. I recommend the server to everybody, man. And I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. I guess because it's not really the meta, right? You're messing around with bots, and at the end of the day, people like to show off their gear. They like to be around a bunch of people, but there is a really cool benefit to being here. So I'm gonna try to push it, get more awareness around it with my very meager sub count and viewership. I'm just gonna keep trying, and yeah. So interestingly enough, I'm now over in I think it's Redridge. I completely bypassed everything in Loch Madan. I didn't want to go through that again. But the thing that stinks about that is my reputation. It's right on the line, so I'm probably gonna have to go back and do some gnome quests. And once I do that, I'll be able to play as a gnome, or hire gnomes rather, on any other of my alts. Like, let's say I've got a night elf and I want to hire gnomes, it's got to be set to friendly. Same thing with Stormwind. If I want humans, I'm gonna have to get that up to friendly. You can see already I can hire the dwarves on any one of my characters. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But we're gonna continue the adventure now. We're gonna do some quests. Oh, I got some mail. I need to check my mail. So yeah, you'll see that there are people here. It's not a dead server. I don't know if we can see the whole of the server, but yeah. For some reason, it just shows me there. Let's see. Okay. I just realized it's like, oh yeah, I was only in that level range. So yeah, there's a whopping 3 of us here. That's the only thing that some people aren't gonna like. It's just the way it is. But yeah, there's enough people here to make it feel like you're not completely by yourself. Let's head to the bank real quick. See what's going on over here. I had a whole bunch of fish I wanted to sell. Got that out of the way.
Welcome to the Bank of Stormwind. We offer financial accounts and safety deposit boxes for
getting kind of low on storage.
Do you have an account with us, ma'am?
I'm just gonna let them talk from now on. All right, so got our stuff banked. Sold a bunch of crap. Let's hire some folks. Let's get the show on the road. I'll just do it from here. Let's see. Go with dwarf male. Melee DPS. Yeah, I haven't tried Hunter yet. I didn't have to select that, I just did. So it's like the dwarf crew today. Need a priest. Alright. Well, there's that. I keep doing that. Here's our crew for the day. the stunty crew. Another thing I noticed, they make a lovely formation when you run. Isn't that cool? I heard that mages aren't that great for companions at the moment, especially in dungeons because they lag behind a lot, they run out of mana a lot. It kind of reminds me of how I used to play in dungeons and raids on my mage. I was an arcane mage, so yeah, power was pretty much always a concern. But everybody knows warriors are insane in vanilla.
Where is it you would like to go last? For just a few coin,
Okay,
my
where are we
griffins
going?
can get
Redridge,
me there
yeah.
faster than even the swiftest horse.
Of course, I forgot to hand that in. As you do. Wonderful. Anyways, yeah, it feels weird having everybody flying with you. Somehow it's a little less lonely on a server without many people. Now, I should point out that I did have their Darker Nights mod working. I'll let you guys look at that real quick. That's pretty spooky, right? Now, it is cool, but I find after a while it starts to hurt my eyes because I'm really squinting to try to find, especially the darker color mobs like some of the wolves and bears out there, and they just sneak up on you, which isn't really a big deal when you've got a group like this that just decimates everything, but it's still a little too dark. I wish I could turn up the brightness just a bit for that, so I took it off for now. But it does look cool. One of the problems with it, though, is you'll notice a lot of the torches aren't giving off light around the area. So, for whatever reason, I mean, the game wasn't created to use that, so only some of the torches are illuminating the area around them. And I think you can get something to function as a small torch for your character as well, but I don't know, it's just wasn't worth it, so I took it off. I might use it for atmosphere, and, you know, Halloween sounds like a good time to use something like that. Oh, I gotta hand that in over there. Good to know. Grinding through quests over here really quick. It's nice being able to pick up stuff off the wanted board and knowing that you're actually going to be able to get it done. You don't have to rely on a whole group of people to help you with it.
The Blackrock clan must be destroyed. The enemy has invaded our lands. These mountains fall under the sovereign right of the King of Stormwind. Our sources tell us that the leaders of each unit within the clan are known as champions. You'll find them in their encampment to the north, just west of the road to the Burning Steps. Magistrate Solomon wants these foul brutes dead. Slay 15 Blackrock champions and return to me.
So yeah, I'm going to go hand in the free lunch quest real quick. And with that HD update, it didn't just increase how awesome my characters look. You notice how I said my characters, because it feels like it's my own personalized party. But it also upgrades the textures on everything, really. It adds music from, I think, all the way up to Warlords of Draenor or something like that. Legion, I'm not sure. New sounds, new spell effects, etc. So, yeah. Definitely dig that. I wasn't sure I was able to use it outside of Turtle WoW, but I found a video talking about it. Well, somebody in the comments confirmed it, so that's awesome. Okay, I gotta kill spiders too. Gotta get them spiders. Yeah. Parkour for the win. All right.
Thanks. I could really use the meal. Guarding Lakeshire from the orcs and gnolls is tough work. Before you go back to Darcy, can you bring her some flowers for me? You can get them at the herbalist shop back in Lakeshire, at the west end of town. But when you get the flowers, don't tell the herbalist Marty whom they're from or whom they're for.
Okie doke.
Fire!
You gotta love dwarves. I got the auto loot set up, so you guys don't have to watch me fumbling with that anymore. I watched the old video, or the original video, and I'm just cringing. It's like, dude, you know, all I had to do was hold shift and click. The things that you forget over time, you know. It hasn't even been that long since I played either. That seems a little loud. Let's turn it down to about here. Yeah, the only problem now is there's not enough stuff to kill you. It's all spread out. You'll notice I'm not really doing any attacking. I can if I want to, but it's kind of a moot point, really. Okay, so there's none over there. Maybe further up. Further down over this way. Off they go. I think she's using her wand in between. I just want to see for a second. Now, maybe in raids when they're longer fights she'll do that. I don't know. But in the previous video I was like, what's that guy doing? Like, my bot just went crazy and went flying through and pulling all this stuff. Well, it looked that way to the untrained eye, but really, they pick up on aggro instantaneously. So the second you pull aggro from any range, they're on it. So he wasn't going berserk, he was just reacting insanely fast. And everything in that troll cave is so packed together. So I thought that was worth mentioning. Get 'em, boys! Okay. I'll go get that fella right there. I'll focus this one down. Smack it in the head with my staff real quick. No, didn't even get a chance. I'd love to have a mod that makes the sparklies go up a little bit higher and be brighter, especially for that Darker Nights mod. That'd be pretty cool. I noticed when I return to an inn, they seem to be updating their skills. So the only video that really talks about this from the creator of the server, it's a couple years old now. It's like almost 3 years old, so the information on there is not really good anymore. They updated a lot of stuff. Used to be you had to rehire them. You don't have to do that. I think just returning to town or going to an inn is good enough where they'll update their skills. When you loot stuff, they also loot an item of their own, and they all equip it if it's relevant to their class, I think. And yeah, it's just a lot nicer. When you log out or if you get disconnected, you don't lose them. You've got an hour to come back, so you're not spending a bunch of money on disconnects or anything like that. And I haven't disconnected once in 2 days on this server, so that's worth pointing out. And I've been here a while. I've been kind of no life in it. Let's just push into this camp just for the heck of it. Alright, fellas, do your thing. Man, dead before I can even get that cast. Of course, these are green. I was killing elites earlier. 3 at a time without any trouble. At all. I did pull like 6 or 7 of them and wiped out almost the entire group but me and the healer. And she raised everybody. She resurrected everybody when we went back. So that was nice. I didn't have to tell her. She just knew what she had to do. Later, sucker! So, yeah, farming for gold, really simple. Obviously. Also, if you like to grind, which is something that I like to do because of those EQA routes, also very easy to do. The main attraction for me is definitely going to be doing dungeons. And that's when you're going to have to pay attention to positioning, because you can do this thing. Check this out. You can have them pull back. Alright, after a failed attempt or two, I want to show you guys how this functions. You can have them pull an enemy back to the group, which is going to help a lot in dungeons. So you'll be able to do like corner pulls with that, I think. And they'll wait like 10 seconds and let him get aggro if I don't tell them to attack specifically. Let's see. Just a bunch of whelps around. Nothing worth killing. Just a bunch of whelps. There we go. I should probably make this into a macro, but that's alright. And now there they go. Nice little timer for you. Gonna make things a lot more simplistic in a dungeon. I really need to pick up my mining skills so I can start hitting those nodes. It's really weird having everything unlocked to train to skill up. It's really cool though. And I was thinking about it, the reason why they probably have it so you have eternal items is because I don't imagine there's a ton of people selling stuff on the auction hall. Yet oddly enough, every time I post something it goes within a few minutes usually. There's only been a couple instances where that wasn't so. But I've sold everything that I've put up. It makes me wonder if after a while it doesn't just sell it automatically, like as if a bot was buying it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some digging on that. I don't think there's a lot of good information on all of this stuff. It doesn't appear to be posted anywhere. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention enough. But I definitely want to get a bit of a guide going on the server, because I don't see anything on YouTube at least. All right, so these dudes are spread out all over the place over here. Let's see, where's a good place to go get them? Yeah, they're just spread all over. That's probably the best place to go. Get the condors anyway. Spiders are mostly over in that corner. Alright, we're gonna have to go back over this way. Look at these badasses over here. You better watch out! Oh, there's one. Go get the tarantula. Inside joke. Kinda. Oh, of course he had nothing on him. These things are spread all over. Damn it! There we go. A couple over here. The one and only cast I'm gonna get off on that mob. Why'd they aggro him? Maybe I clicked on him by mistake. So yeah, even if you do this, even if you right click, they're gonna just go and they're gonna whoop them. Man, them warrior boys are quick, aren't they? I'm sitting here thinking, I never made a warrior before. Something I might want to consider doing for vanilla. I think it would be pretty fun. Spin till you win. They get the whirlwind spin, right? Like the barbarians from Diablo and Champions of Norath. If you guys don't know about Champions of Norath, it was a really awesome dungeon crawler on PS2, made by the same team that brought us Baldur's Gate.
Welcome to the Plane of War, champion of Firiona V. Tell me, what riches does the servant of Tunare offer for such blind allegiance? What power of your own may you reap?
And plays very similarly to those games, by the way. I wish they would make an HD version of that game. Well, both of them. There was two of them. Champions and Return to Arms. Nothing. Man, these spiders are breaking my chops. It do be like that sometimes, but I got a bunch of them over here, so that's cool. Yay! It always feels good to do that in a huge pack of enemies. I was into AoE farming for a bit on Turtle WoW, but I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous video. There were so many people on that server that finding a place to AoE farm without stepping on people's toes was really difficult. Because there were so many people doing quests, and because there's hardcore characters, the hardcore characters can't group with you, and it just makes things a bit of a pain in the ass. But I do want to get back into Turtle WoW. Let me know if you guys would be interested in me playing that. I want to play a High Elf or a Goblin. Probably a High Elf, because I always thought the concept of playing a High Elf in WoW would be cool. They basically have the same model as Blood Elves, but their city is not all tainted. Not a big old mess. It's pretty similar, though. That's the best thing about Turtle WoW, is all that custom content. Alright, just need one more now. One more spider meat. Come on. Alright, we got our spider meat. We good on the spiders. What's next? The condors. We're going to make our way around over here. Then come over here. Deal with the murlocs. Alright, I can see my path ahead of me. I really like Redridge. I can't remember what the name of the zone is that I don't really like. Westfall, I think. Yeah, I think it's Westfall. It just felt like everything took forever out there for some reason. This place feels kind of, I don't know, a little more compact in terms of everything that you need being in the same area, at least, so that when you run back, you're good to go. Yeah, it's kind of scattered, but you can do it in an order, if that makes sense. So it just feels a lot tighter. I still need to find this necklace. I went into the lake earlier. I couldn't remember where it was. Somewhere in one of those spots. Can't always follow the arrow. The arrow doesn't equal win all the time. Shucks. You actually have to look around. Yeah, I mean, it is cheesy, but what are you going to do? When you're doing 1,000,001 quests, it's just a pain to have to stop and look for everything. Let's see. I want that. Not that it really matters, since I need to have space for each and every one of them. But yeah, I need to start getting clam meat. Actually, I think I'm beyond that. I need to get crawler meat. That's right, so I don't even really need that. Let's see. Inventory management. Isn't it fun? I can't get an add-on to work with this without using, I think it's PFUI, which I don't really like. I think there's ways to customize it to make it look more like this, but I don't know. I'm rolling with it for now. But I do like having a bag cleaning mod. Makes life easy. Just a few more of these little colors. Everybody loves murlocs. I heard a story about the murloc that one of the people, well, the person who created it, she came up with the concept and they kind of stole it from her. I don't know how true that is. I seen it in a video one time. But if that's true, that's pretty messed up. I did not mean to open that. Let's see. But yeah, the murloc is got to be like one of their top selling things in terms of merchandise. Everybody likes the murlocs. Murloc playable race when? Tide Runner coming in 2027. Waiting on the dreaded respawn now. There are more of them over here. Let's go see if we can get some condor meat while we wait. That's what I should have been doing the whole time. Bouncing between the shore and the water. Ooh, jackpot. It's a condor den over here. Come on, just two more of these. Dang it. Alright, one more. I'll have to kill like 5 before I get it, but hey, one more. Hey, I shouldn't complain. Alright. Got it. But yeah, I shouldn't complain. The EQA audience in the room Thinking about doing those like level 1 through 5 quests, and how long it took to get basic items. I don't know. In case you guys can't tell, I've been doing this for about 15 minutes. You get to enjoy the magic of editing. But I'm just gonna say real quick. I'm just gonna say, fellas, when you killed a rat, and I know it's early, right? But when you killed a rat, that little sumbitch dropped a foot, a tail, fur, like 2 or 3 things every single time. Just about. I think every now and then they wouldn't have nothing, and he'd be like, "How come I couldn't like cut a foot off?" I'm like, "What happened there?" But yeah, this.
2 hours later.
Come on now. No, I got a patch. See, it's very important, folks. It's very important that you get a clump and a patch before you get a strand.
Approximately 10 hours later.
I'm gonna break something. Strands of rat fur. I got the first one. Oh, man, dude. That took a while. Rat. Rat! I think that's still kind of broken in the game. It takes forever to get like a bat wing and a snake fang and that kind of crap. The drop percentages are way off on those starter quests in EQOA, man. I thought they updated it and dialed it in, but I'm still seeing complaints. Well, I was last week. I haven't been on for a few days. Can't imagine why.
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
Let's wrap up our fins. Stayed on there from the last time. You actually have to be engaged with several mobs before they will single out the skulled mob. You can put an X on a mob too, and the tank will prioritize it, I think. All of this is, more advanced stuff that you don't really need to do when you're running around like this. Come on, give me loot. Definitely need to handle the bag situation. I think a lot of that's quest items, like letters and whatnot I have to deliver and all that crap. Come on, 3 more, let's go. I'm ready to move on, man. 2 more. 2 more, come on. 1 more. Alright. We are done with the Murlocs, son. We're going over to... Oh yeah, the Blackrock casters over here. How could I forget? Pretty sure I got owned over there. In Season of Discovery, like twice. I ended up having to run back over. Not this time, Sonny Jim. We got the stunty mafia coming for you. You better watch out. Yeah, you punks. I don't have to kill you, but I'm going to do it anyway. There's the elites I was talking about earlier. I might just carve a path straight through there because I can. Hopefully. Talking all this trash, watch me get in there and get wrecked. Unlike the cut of his jib. Take him out, boys. I actually have a reason to cast now. Well, eventually. I was going to sheep him. Hold on. Gets crazy mighty fast. Where you going, fella? I'll take care of you real quick. Whack. Later, loser. I'm a firing my fireball.
I'm a charging my fireball, and I'm like, don't do it, Jimmy. He's like, I'm a firing my fireball, and I was like, bam, counterspell.
I still watch that now and then. That's a classic. Jimmy, the World of Warcraft story. It's very nostalgic for me because it's when I started playing. Burning Crusade, man. Good times. I'd love to see a Burning Crusade version of this. That'd be nice too. Once I've had my fill over here. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to raid, but you never know. Maybe. Maybe I'll make some buddies and we'll get together and wreck stuff. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Feeling like going pyro more and more. Fire path style. This could be very bad. Yeah, this is probably going to be bad. There's like 5 of them over here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Take care of him. Look at this cluster. Oh, I'm out of mana. Not good. Alright, we're all going to have to leave. Stop. Run away. Run away! We lost our healer. Oh, that's the one I didn't want to lose. Alright, so never mind. We're not going through there. There's the tank. Gone. We're losing the 7 dwarves quick here. Oh, the 4 dwarves, if you want to be technical about it. Alright. We're good. No, I'm pretty sure they'll all respawn in like 5 minutes or something like that. I'll just wait and then skirt my way around. But yeah, you definitely want to, when you're going into a situation like that, you want to be a little more prepared. Alright, everybody's up. Getting all buffed up and everything. Something I probably neglected. Alright. Now if I eat, they'll also eat something. See? Pretty sure they just buffed themselves with whatever I ate, or something like what I ate, it says. So it'll be around the same level, but it's good for them to use. And I didn't bring any scrolls. Yes, I did. Okay. Actually, I'll just use that on me, because if I use this on me, they'll all cast something as well. Isn't that cool? Watch, these guys are going to respawn as soon as I come over here. Alright, pull back. There we go. I'll grab that aggro real quick. And unleash him. That's the smart way of doing it. Okay. Everybody on passive for a moment. In case we need to boogie. Should be able to pull him back on his own. I think so anyway. Yep. realized I have to come through here anyway, so you kind of can't skirt your way around. You just got to be smart about it. Ding! Okay. So I'm gonna pull this feller. Let's do that. Oh, a little bit of a lag spike there. This is very doable if you're careful. Just gotta be careful. Yeah, that's right. Come on, fellas, what are you doing? Wait. I got that all set up wrong. There we go. You don't really learn it until you're forced to, you know? Oh man, they're in close proximity. This place sucks. I hate it already. Try to pull him back. The Shadowcaster's gonna see it in combat. Whatever. Bust him up! Bust him up! Cool. High tension moment. I want to get those things and I want to get out of here, dang it. Oh yeah, that's a little bit more than I can handle over there. Century, century, century. Bunch of bad news, man. I'm wondering if there's a path around over here. No. One of them just spawns here and walks up this path. I don't want to go too deep in there because we're going to get wrecked. Trying to be safe about this. Whew, man. It's been a bit of a struggle. Can't lie. I haven't been killed, but the party's gone down twice now. One more orb. I don't think he's got it on him. Let's check real quick. Yep. Alright, we're good. What's left over here, though? It says head of... Oh. Okay, so... Yeah, we're gonna have to come in here and fight these fellers. Where is he? I see him. There he is. Man, I don't know. We could like suicide mission it. I think he walks out of here, and at that point would be a good time to try to pull him away. Because we can take him with his little entourage there, I think. But with that other corner of mobs, I really don't want to risk that. So I'm just gonna wait for him to come out. They do spawn in over here though, so I want to make sure they stay back. It was either right there or further down the bridge. It might be further actually. But yeah, once they break away from that pack over there, I'm going to engage and try to pull them back. Keep everybody on passive for that. Oh, here we go. They're coming back up. They stay down over here for a good while, so that's cool. Then I can make my move. I knew I should have been a rogue or something. They should bring a bunch of rogues over here. We'll go in stealth at the same time. I wonder if you can do that. If you got a bunch of rogues and you stealth, will they all stealth? Can I turn this into like Metal Gear Warcraft? That'd be sweet.
Meryl! Damn. Snake, it's a trap. The sniper's trick to lure you out. The sniper's waiting for you to go and help Meryl, so he can pick you off. Don't do it.
We're here to rescue the president. Or the DARPA chief. I just want to escape from New York for some reason. Alright. Zerg! Zerg! Get that skull icon. Come down. Shoot one of those guys. Alright. Alright, guys. He's next. Where's my sheepy? Where's my sheepy? Ah, get out of the way. You keep me sheepy. You're doing good, fellas. I have faith. I have faith in you. No time. No time. No time. Things are going sideways. I feel it's starting to slip away. Alright, focus him. Focus him. Stay on him. Yes! It's kind of working. Yeah, dude. You guys, I'm getting it. It's working out. Take that sheep down. Take him down. There we go. Alright. For some reason I had him targeted. It's chaos. Chaos. That's my excuse. Whew. Alright, so there's one more target in there. And we want to try to get in there quickly. Oh man, he's in there. Why has he got to be in there? Why? So I ran into a bit of trouble here. They're just, you know, they're too clustered inside. We pushed our way through the courtyard, got inside the structure itself, but it's really tough to try to pull one or two mobs without them all rushing in. And I figured, well, why don't I just level up for a while? 2 out of 3 isn't bad. I mean, I got 2 of the objectives done. I got one of their heads. I can come back for one later in the next episode if you guys want to tune in for that. Hopefully you will. Hopefully if you've enjoyed this, you've hit that like button already, you subscribed, you click that notification bell, and you're down in the comments talking. The last video actually did pretty well, but you never know. The algorithm can either pick it up or drop it off a cliff with like 150 views, but this is definitely a good place to learn, and this is the first place that's really forced me to get comfortable, well, somewhat comfortable with using all the different commands. So this is definitely gonna sharpen my skills for when I start going into dungeons, which I expect are gonna be pretty difficult. I didn't think it would be this tough to micromanage these guys, but it's a little bit of a learning curve. I'm convinced that I can push through it, and I'll be able to do all sorts of different dungeon stuff. But there's different difficulties on the server as well. There's not just normal, you know, you can go through heroic and all that. And they add different tiers of the bots that you can do. I'm not certain, but hey, it's part of the mystery and part of the things that we're gonna learn together here on the channel. So yeah, like I said, if you've enjoyed this, hit that subscribe button, blah blah blah. God bless, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.